order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone here, and we'll start with the town manager's report.
Good evening, everyone. Just a couple items. Foreclosure notices were mailed out on December 20th for 114 accounts. As of 4:30 today, 56 of those had paid off, and the payments for those 2018 taxes must be received by February 3rd at 4:30. Also, last week I signed a contract for electricity supply for the medium accounts. That starts this November for 3 years. The new rate is 6.038 cents per kilowatt hour, down from 6.553. So that's the transfer station, community center, fire station, pollution control plant, and municipal building. That should save the town about $3,000 a year. Also, on the next Selectmen's meeting agenda, we'll have 2 items for discussion and decision. I always like to remind you of those ahead of time, just so you get thinking about it, for Spirit of America Award and also for the dedication of the town report. So please keep those in mind over the next couple of weeks. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any items by the public?
I've been just following the paper and following the information coming in about the MSCD's 54's proposal to replace the school that currently holds, so North Elementary, which currently holds pre-K and K. I have some major reservations for us as taxpayers, both state, school district, and town, paying for something like that. If you followed what was going on there, the Department of Education goes around and assesses schools, decides which ones are in the worst conditions around the state, flags those schools as being funded for replacement. We had 3 schools that made that list: Bloomfield, Margaret Chase Smith, and North Elementary. North Elementary was number 2 on their list, which is why it's getting funded. And then, of course, the MSD 54 sees money coming in, and they decide they can spend it like that. My reservation is that if we're going to build a new school with tax dollars, why are we just going to build a school that handles 2 grades and in a diminishing market? If someone was telling me that they were going to take and spend that same amount of money to build a portion of the school over by Bloomfield, move those students over to Bloomfield, and then the next time Margaret Chase Smith comes up, because that was next on the list, that building goes away. That becomes another portion that we build over near Bloomfield, and then the third portion becomes Bloomfield gets replaced, and now we're building the third portion at Bloomfield. All 3 schools in the same place, K through or pre-K through 6, just like we have at Millstream, just like we have in Canaan. That to me is good use of tax dollars. Probably cost us $140 million total in the next 20 years for the capital, plus any costs associated with not having to move the kids from one location to another. If we do it as 3 separate schools in the next 20 years, we're probably looking at a bill at around $360 to $380. There's a big whopping difference for the same thing. So I'm hoping that I'm addressing this to the select board so that it can be something that ends up on an agenda, and I'm also hoping that it can reach out to the other select boards, the other towns, so that it's on everybody's plate. I don't agree that MSCD 54 should be doing this on their own. I think that, especially if that school is in this town, I think this select board should have their feet deep in this water, because it affects us all. Thank you.
Thank you. Christina?
Hello. I am here. In addition to having something on the agenda, I wanted to introduce Milena Gotti, who is our new project coordinator. Milena started December 2nd, and of course that was 4 days before the holiday stroll. So she got to jump right in, and as you all know, we had tons of people downtown for the stroll, so she really got to see what this position was going to entail. So she has been with us now for nearly 2 months, and her primary role will be event management and project coordination. But she's also working with our AmeriCorps members she's a site supervisor now for our free outdoor recreation activities that will be happening, or that are currently happening. So I wanted to introduce her. I'm going to say a couple of things.
Sure. Yeah, it's been really great so far. I definitely got to meet a lot of people in the first week I was here, so that was really nice. Yeah, I'm originally from Florida. I've been living in Maine for about 8 years now or so. I worked at Colby for a few years, and now I'm here and really happy about it.
So we're excited to have her on board, and Milena, you'll be working with lots of summer. So welcome along.
Welcome aboard.
Thanks.
Yes. Anyone else? Oh, behind by there. Go ahead, Jason.
Just something to think about. Maybe at some point we can have a more sit-down conversation, but there's a lot of feedback going around town and whatnot around how can we make, and I'm bringing it to you because it's more ordinances and everything. We need to create a more business-friendly environment for our businesses that are interested in coming to the community. We have a lot of issues that are going on right now, so I think sitting down and having a frank conversation and workshop or outside of here, but sitting down, looking from the selectmen, how can we make this business, how can we make Skowhegan a business-friendly community to the best it can be? So I just want to put that on your radar for a further discussion at some point. I don't really want to get into it right now, but there's a lot of concerns. So I bring it to you to think about having that conversation down the road.
Thank you. Anything else? If nothing, we'll move on to Selectmen's items. Trish. I mean, sorry. I'm just skipping all around here. Betty, there we go. Betty.
Well, you know, we always look at how things are going wonderfully and how wonderful Skowhegan is, and I often will bring up those things. And today I was in Augusta, and one of the other state representatives came up to me and said, "You're in Skowhegan, right?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "My brother-in-law is up there today because they're buying a huge oven for a pizza business in Pennsylvania. And we're known all over the place for the wonderful things that we do in our town. So we have a business in town that's building a huge pizza oven for a place in Pennsylvania. We're awesome." That's all I have.
Roger.
I'm all set, thanks. All set.
And I'm all set. Now, Trish.
Sent out the information for the 2021 budget, fiscal year budget. I'm excited. And we scheduled the audit for March. Second week of March. That's all I have.
And hopefully it'll go as smooth as that.
Hopefully it does, yes.
Yeah.
We're planning on it going that way. Just gearing up for absentee ballot time again. So that's about it.
Brent from Rec.
We are hosting the Harlem Wizards on February 10th. Doors open at 5:30. Meeting starts at 6:30. Should be a good time. So that's it.
And that's at the high school.
At the high school, yes, at the high school.
Brent from Pollution.
All set, thank you.
Brian.
Yeah, so there's one violation, there's several violations I'm keeping track of right now in town here. One in particular is due on the 5th. Most of you are probably aware, 605 Waterville Road. I got a family living in a camper trailer right now. Building permit's been revoked. He's got till the 5th to give us a building permit, subsurface wastewater disposal plan, and a plumbing permit for his proposed structure. He's building a house in the spring. So we be prepared to send out a second letter of notification here the 6th, but it's gonna potentially be coming back in here. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's all I got.
Thank you. Jeff?
If everything goes right this Friday, we will be putting in a letter of intent for the next facade program. So if anyone has interest in applying to the facade program, again, it will be a town-wide application. It's up to $100,000 that we can get, and up to $10,000 per project. As I say, it's in competition, so the more people that we have that say they're interested, the quicker they can get to us, the better off it is. But we will be putting an application in, as I say, right, one way or the other. And as I say, that gets us in, and then a month after that is when we can, if they approve it, we can actually put the full application in. So it will still be probably July, August before we know anything about it. But again, we're just trying to get it out there and let people know. That's it.
Chief Buckham?
All set.
Chief?
I just want to report that firefighters Darryl Wyman and Captain Jason Frost recently passed their Fire Investigator 1 certification, so they are certified fire investigators now. So the guys have been doing a lot of training, getting a lot of NFPA courses, getting their certifications, and just it's better for the fire department, better for the town. So good job to those guys.
Well,
the project on Main Street is going to go up to bid in February, and the CMP has already agreed to move the poles where they need to be moved. He's going to want us to close the bid in March and hopefully start the project in May. And he's talking with the company that had the bid up at the high school on that lane to try to get them to come down on their price.
thank you.
And that's it.
Is that this one here?
That's the Main Street drawings.
Any questions? Consent agenda.
Make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a first and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Move on to the regular agenda. Discussion decision to set the date of June 8th, 2020 for annual town meeting and June 9th, 2020 for elections.
So move. Second.
First and second. All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to approve the application for malt wine license for Bigelow Brewing Company.
So move. Second.
We have a first, second, any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to approve the application for malt wine and spirits license for Washburn Enterprises, DBA Central Maine Family Fun Bowling Center.
So move.
Second.
First and second, any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to approve the application for license for Incorporated Civic Organization to allow Main Street Skowhegan to serve alcoholic beverages at the Skowhegan Fairgrounds on February 29th, 2020 from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. as part of the Ski Jor Skowhegan event.
So move. Second.
First and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to approve the application for license for Incorporated Civic Organization to allow the Lake George Corporation to serve alcoholic beverages on the west side island of Lake George Regional Park on February 29th, 2020 and March 1st, 2020 from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. as part of the Somerset Snowfest event.
So move.
Second.
We have first and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to write off property taxes in the amount of $177.76 for Nicholas Hayden.
So moved.
Second. Wait, first and second, any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to allow Brent Dickey to go out to bid for polymer and sodium hypochlorite contingent upon town meeting vote.
So moved.
Second.
We have first and second, any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to allow Christine Almond to accept tax payments in full prior to the award of foreclosure sale bids in order to sell any foreclosed property back to the previous owner.
So moved.
Second.
We have first and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Treasurer's warrants to be approved, the amount of $1,114,211.83.
So moved. Second.
We have first and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Any other business? Unfinished business.
Do we know any more about the public safety building and meeting?
No, we haven't had a meeting yet.
No, I know.
It's coming up
but-
though.
Yep.
Hey, it hasn't been scheduled yet, but we do have one
Okay.
coming up.
The second bridge, do we have set?
So I just confirmed, we have another study team meeting that we just scheduled today for February 26th. We're running about a month behind right now, so I think the next committee meeting will be in March. We had originally discussed February, so looking at March.
Okay, thank you.
And when we do schedule that, we have several people that are involved with like Maine transportation, truckers, and they've all said to me for us to please let them know.
So I have the two contacts that you gave me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Any movement on the solar project?
Jeff, do you want to give an update on the solar?
Yeah, they are looking to make the first lease statement, option payment for us. They're looking at the engineering study is really kicking off in February. And as soon as that's back, we'll have that, I'll bring that information to you, but that's as quick as I'm going to have any information once I get that study going.
Okay, thank you.
So the contract that we have with them right now is for a 90-day due diligence period. We're expecting that they're going to do an extension on that, which was written into the contract, and once they go into an extension, they have to pay $2,000 for the first year for that extension. That's already in that contract, so we're expecting that'll probably happen. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Anything further? We will sign documents, and then we'll jump into an executive session.